21,000 euros in revenue the last 7 days.
Revenue last 7 days. I start in 18th of June, so the first 2 weeks already did 150 orders. Yeah, it started with a mindset. If you say it's not for me, then maybe it's not. You have to convince yourself that if you have the mindset, I would say business belt is the way to go.
All right, what's up, Hieu? How are you doing, man?
I'm doing good. How about you?
Good to hear. I'm doing fine, man. I'm very excited to do this, to have this conversation with you today, because you joined Business Belts since a pretty short time, and you're already doing some nice numbers. So I think your story is pretty inspiring, and also for the people watching this, it will be very interesting to also hear your mindset and stuff. What I like the most about it is what you just mentioned to me, that you said hey, I'm actually just usually working, but now I had 1 month holiday, because you work in construction usually, right?
Yes, correct.
Okay, so now you basically had a vacation or holiday from that, and you decided to go all in the last month, right?
Yes, 1 month, I skipped parties, just working every day for 1 month straight.
Sounds good. So before we dive into that, what did you do before you were working with Business Belts? You worked already a full-time job in the construction. You do that for yourself, right? As an entrepreneur.
Yes, correct.
Yeah, and then next to that, did you ever try already some e-commerce, or were you interested in e-com?
Yeah, so back in 2023, I already was in contact with you. I don't know if you remember, but back then
I remember we had a long contact. Yeah.
Yes, I also bought a course. I think Business Belt didn't even exist. We were just doing some one-on-ones,
Yeah.
But basically, I didn't continue. My mindset wasn't there yet, and I also decided to go in construction. And then back in a year ago, I tried it again with a mate of mine. He's also on Business Belts now.
With Jack, right?
Like that, with Jack. Yes, with Jack. After 2 months, we didn't. We also stopped. But there was one Chinese guy who started 3 months earlier than us, and he was doing quite a bit of numbers, but I didn't hear from him again, just doing my own thing. 3 months ago, he dropped a YouTube video with did 1 million in profits in 2024, and I was damn, he just made it, and I just stopped, that was really on my mind. In the construction, I also did pretty decent progress, making big steps. So I thought, let's reward myself. So I bought a pretty nice car. But when I had the car for 1 week, I was like, hey, I have the car, and now my life didn't change, I still work in the construction. It's good money, but I don't have freedom, it's always hard working, and so I decided that I need to change that. So I came in contact with you again. Yes.
So what I basically hear is that you already started with e-com before, then you said yourself, I didn't have the mindset, then you tried it again, but you saw okay, I'm just now making good money with construction, and then with the money that you made, you bought a nice car, because you thought back then if I buy the car, it's gonna be different for me. But then after a week, you realize oh shit, I have now a nice car, but my life is still the same, basically. And I want to go for that freedom. Very nice story, actually, man. So would you say that was also and is still your real motivation? Did you really start with Business Belt as an intention of okay, I'm starting with this because I would like to get rid of my current construction job or construction company that I have, or because you're referring to freedom? What does freedom means to you?
Working from anywhere I want. I also want to give my mother everything she wants, because I live only with my mother, so, and with construction job, it's very limited, and with e-com, it's limitless.
Yeah, I see. Okay, I like that purpose, man. And for the things that you want, there's money necessarily, right? So that's basically if you want to buy time, you can do that basically with money. And what you say is true, because now you're exchanging hours for money, and with e-com it's limitless, because what you say okay, now when you're working in the construction stuff, your web shop is still running, so now you have income from both sides.
Yes, and also the construction job really gave me the mindset that I need, early mornings, hard working, so I was like, I'm also ready for e-commerce.
For
My
sure.
mindset is
Yeah, that's
there.
really true, man. Like you have that. You don't really have that 9 to 5 mindset because you're in construction. So like you
Yes,
wake up very early, you work physically very hard, so you know what hard work means, literally. Now it's just exchanging that to something on the laptop, and it's actually very nice that you're mentioning this, Jeu, because there's also like always a lot of people that are, for example, doing the same as you do, or for example, they're not book smart, so they're like good with their hands. Maybe they're in floors, maybe they're whatever, maybe they work in restaurants or something, or and then they ask you like, yeah, is this actually something for me? Because like I don't know if this is something for me because I can only work with my hands. But I'm always telling people like, yo, listen, as long as you can work hard and understand what really hard work means, you can really do it because it's not really rocket science. How do you experience that?
yes, of course, man. Like back in the day when I went to school, I wasn't very handy with like my hands. I was book smart. I was like when I sat in class, I was like, I don't want to do this. I just want to make good money and start something for myself. So I decided at 19 years old to just quit my job, my school. So I just began working in construction. Just
Yeah.
think that's the best decision I've made. It was
Mm-hmm.
I have a lot of doubt because I have Asian parents. You have to go to school, this, that. But I was like, no, I don't want to do this. I just
Yeah.
want to work for myself.
Nice. You really chose for yourself. It's actually fun that you say I
Yes.
have Asian parents because like I obviously live in Bangkok, and I have a good friend of mine. His name is Mike. He always says the same. Like it's difficult for like us Asians to get rid of school because they like success to Asian parents usually means sitting in an office with a suit, for example,
Yes. Yes.
and working there. Not only to Asian people, I think like it's also really in like in the Western world that is basically what success means. But now you're showing something different, so that's amazing. I'm also happy that you're doing some results. So what made you joining like business belts? Like why did you think like, okay, because there's different programs, right? Why did you join business belts? For what reason?
Honestly, because I already knew you from the past, and I knew like you were a chill guy. I was
Hmm.
thinking like if he's still doing it, he's the program is probably good. So I just decided to go with it. I felt good, so why not?
Nice. And now you're on a program, or like your program is almost finished, or like I think
Almost
you're
finished my
almost finished. Yeah.
half a month. I have 2 calls left. Like I have
Yeah.
half a month.
You have Mel's and Rudy both as Mel's on the business side, Rudy on the accountability side. Yeah, like you have achieved quite some decent numbers. We dive into that like very soon. What about the like? How do you experience the coaching in general? Like, let's first start with Mel's, like the business coaching.
Honestly, it exceeded my expectations because I had more in mind like, okay, I have to come with questions, I have to take charge of the call, and if I don't come with questions, he won't say anything. I was more like that, but I quickly turns out that that's not the case. He guides me to every process, he take charge. Yeah, that's very, it just exceeded my expectations.
That's good to hear, man. And in terms of accountability, what do you like about those calls, those coachings?
That's also really nice just to talk outside of business also, how you can combine it with your daily routine. I think that's very very special because I don't think a lot of programs do that.
Yeah, so that is where we sometimes see people struggling with, right? Like they want to start with ecom, but they still have a full-time job. Okay, fine, you can still combine it, but then we need to give you a bit of guidance via these accountability coachings so that you know exactly like how you can structure your days. And it is different for everyone. Everyone has a tailored program basically. So we just look at, okay, what's you doing at the moment? How can we structure the program around you basically? I think that's what makes business belts also quite unique. Like, of course, everyone learns the kind of same principles and fundamentals, and everyone is eventually here because they want to achieve either that freedom or want to earn a lot of money or want to win a lot of time. Like that all kind of aligns, but there's different ways because everyone has the tailored program. So that's it's nice that you're also recognizing that, man. It's
Yes, that's
it's cool.
because 1 year ago I didn't know how to combine it with my 9 to 5. So that's
Yeah,
also a big reason why I stopped. I
yeah.
think that's a big problem.
So would you say that those calls gave you confidence, like the accountability calls with how you structure it and how you can plan ahead and
Yes, for sure, man, for sure. So really taught me a lot of times. So you have to cool down, slow a bit, just take some rest.
all right, sounds good, man. I'm very happy to hear this. Also, now let's dive a bit into the numbers, right? Like, what
Yes,
could you show me some things? Like maybe you can share a screen and share like what you've been doing. I remember that there was one day, I think you made like 1,000 euros in profit, right?
yes. Like a couple of days ago, I hit 1,000 euros profit, 1,300
Mm-hmm.
euros. Yeah, so just 3 months into the program, good results.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
it's my last 7 days. I think
That's 21,000
some,
euros in revenue the last
yes,
7 days.
revenue the last 7 days. Past week has been crazy. Beginning of August has been rough. Had some trouble with Facebook, PayPal. Went from 70 orders to back to six. Had to
A day,
climb
right?
up.
You went from
Yes,
70 orders a day to 6 orders a day because
to
you were facing
six.
some obstacles. Yeah,
Yes. So for like 1.5 weeks, I was struggling a bit, but then it just everything went well, and now I'm yes doing some quite good numbers.
amazing, man. Yeah, you did 70 orders a day, then it dropped because you were facing some obstacles. Then you fixed it, and now
Yes.
you're doing like around 3,000 euros revenue every single
Yes.
day, right?
Yes. Yes, man.
That's
Yes,
amazing.
just keep pushing, keep testing, don't give up, working every day on my store and eventually,
Yeah, nice. Yeah, this is really like this shows also once again like why you are validated like member in Business Belts, I would say. If you have that mindset that what you have, like first of all what we said at the beginning of the call, you have now 30 days off from work and you decided to just fully work instead of like celebrating a vacation. That is like
yes,
already like a mindset that I'm a big fan of. And then the second thing what you now just also said is like, hey, at the beginning of this month I was struggling, and that was exactly at the 30 days that you were off from work. So you're at the beginning
yeah,
you're gonna think like, shit, man, I have these 30 days off and now I can go all in, and now I'm facing issues with PayPal. There's always gonna be things in your mind, so you're gonna think a lot, but then you keep pushing, and then you're at the end of the month now, and now you're doing like 3,000 euros revenue a day, and that's how fast it basically can go. That is once
yeah,
again why
man.
you're the validated member.
Yeah, just don't give up, just keep pushing, don't get
Yeah,
comfortable because you see, you can go from 70 hours back to six, but if you just keep pushing and don't get comfortable, you will get back again.
exactly. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
So what you say, like, don't get comfortable. Same goes for you, right? Like, what is the profit that you made this month? Even though you had like an like a pretty unfortunate start, how many profits did you make this month in total? Do you have an idea?
Yes, it's net profit, it's 6K, around 6K.
6,000 euros this month net profit.
Yes, net
And
profit.
and
But
you're
in the
in for three
last two
months.
weeks,
This is your third
yes,
month in e-commerce, right?
yes, 3 months.
Yeah. And last
And
month?
last month, not so much. It was around 2K.
Yeah.
2K.
But still, like, even though you did last month 2,000 euros profit, that was your second month of ecom with
Yeah, man.
business belts.
Yeah.
I don't know what you did in the first month. Maybe you were break even or you lost a bit, or what was the first month like?
I'm live for 2.5 months. So
Okay.
I
Okay.
start in 18th of June. So the
Okay.
first two
Okay.
weeks, 2 weeks already did like 150 orders. The
Wow.
profit was a
Yeah.
bit low, maybe a couple of hundred euros.
So profit from the right beginning, basically.
Yes, profit
You know
from the
that,
right
yeah.
beginning.
Profit. Wow. Okay, that's insane, man. So you went from a few hundred euros profit in the first 2 weeks to the month
Yes,
of July to 2,000 euros profit, and then 1 month later, three times more, 6,000 euros profit. That's
yes,
amazing, man.
yes,
Can you maybe show like, because this is the last 7 days? Can you do like, for
yes.
example, the last 30 days, or like this? It's just nice to see.
So the last 30 days is like 50 or so, 60.
Yeah.
So in the last week, I already almost made half of what I yes did in the month.
Did you switch from stores, by the way, or was that
No,
not what you did?
just the same store.
Yeah, amazing. How does it like? How does this feels? If you think back at it, you joined Business Belts because you saw, for example, that guy doing the numbers, and you thought like, shit, man, I should have started. Now you're in for two and a
Yes.
half months. You made already more than 8,000 euros profit. How does it feel?
Yes. Honestly, I don't. yeah, it feels good, but also think by myself, like I have to keep pushing, like don't get comfortable, you know. Maybe it sounds crazy, but I'm not that happy. I'm like I have to keep going, you know. I also tell my mate Jack van, I have to make it, you know, I can't, it has to work,
Yeah,
you know, just
amazing.
the results come, yeah, eventually they come. You just have to keep grinding, you know.
Are you aware that what you're doing is visualization a lot? Like you visualize a lot because you're saying it also to your friend, like I have to make it, I have to do it. And now you're saying like you made these profits, you say like I'm not even that happy, you know? That like I'm always the same. But how you could maybe see it is like you can be like grateful but never satisfied. Like that's how you could see it, because I believe if you're also just grateful for what you already have but never satisfied and you're hungry for more and more and more, then it's all gonna come, if that makes sense. But if you're gonna be like, if before, I'm not sure how you put it in words, because you say, yeah, I'm even not that happy. Like I'm sure you're just okay with like, oh, it's going, but your goals are here, so you're just not
Yes,
satisfied yet. You
exactly.
want way more. Yeah,
Like
yeah, yeah,
all the way more, you know. So
yeah,
it's a good
for
milestone, you
sure.
know. So
Yeah, man, of course, yeah. But I feel like, believe me, man, like I'm still the same. Like basically, if I run specific months, like yeah, it doesn't mean much to me because my goals are like so big. But at least I'm grateful and then just hungry for more. And I can really feel the same from you. That's why I know that you're gonna be one of those guys from Business Belts that's gonna do a lot of numbers simply by the things that you're saying. And it's always those things what sounds very cliche and that people think like, oh,
yeah,
you know, what is he saying? But it is exactly those people saying that and actually putting in the action, because that's what you do. First of all, you say it, you have the goal, so you know where you want to head to. Then you say it, then you speak it out loud to your friends. Then you're already doing numbers and you work very hard. Like you basically have all those pillars what you need to get there. So that's amazing, man. Like I'm very also excited to actually eventually be able to do like a next interview with you. For example, let's say you join Red Belts, you want to join Red Belts, eventually you join the program and then boom, you triple or like multiply your business by 4 again, then we can hop on an interview. Like I know that that's gonna happen pretty soon.
yeah, man. Of course. That it's just a matter of time, man.
Okay. And what is now? How do you look at it? Like what are for you the next steps? Have you thought about that?
Yes, I've been thinking a bit. My main goal for now is to hire more people, like get the store fully automated, so I can open a next store, you know. So
Hmm.
that's short-term vision for me.
Yeah, that's good. Try to work on that. Try to go for that. Be also, I would say, be strict with your hiring. Just try. I mean, it's gonna be an entire learning phase for you, right? So it's
Yeah,
very new. So also here you're going to make mistakes, but that's okay. But like one recommendation, just make sure that when you hire people or when you're like sourcing people, you always have stuff to compare. Don't call with only 2 people and go for one. Call with at least 5 people. Compare, get the best two out of that. Do a second call and then hire. For example, you know. That is how I would say how you can learn it best.
yeah, man. Sure.
So okay, good stuff, man. Is there anything like what you maybe could say, or you already said some quite good things and it's also really motivational for other people, but let's say someone is watching this and they're still thinking like, yeah, is this something for me or should I do it? Let's say someone, like you're talking with someone randomly on the street and then he says like, yeah, it's not something for me. Like what would you tell them?
Yeah, you know, it starts with a mindset. You know, if you say it's not for me, then maybe it's not. You have to convince to yourself that that you want to build a good, sustainable business. You know, so it begins with mindset. And if
Hmm.
you have the mindset, I would say, yeah, business belt is the way to go, man.
Nice, good stuff, man. So then I hope, also hope that we can do like a next interview, and that we can discuss like what we discussed in this interview. Like, yo, remember we did that interview where you did like 8,000 euros profit in your first month, and then where are you now? And then you're gonna say like, yeah, man, it's 8k profit a week, for example, or like two,
Yeah,
like four,
man.
5k profit a day, like those goals, right?
Yeah, just a matter of time.
For sure. Yeah, I'm very confident about that. Okay, thank you, man. Thanks for sharing this. Thanks for the nice, motivational words. I'm very happy to see this, and I know that early or late, I think actually sooner than you think, you're gonna do but numbers multiply by 2, 3, maybe even 4. I'm pretty confident.
Yes, I hope so, man. I know. Okay.
All
Yes,
right,
thank
let's
you.
go.
Yes,
Thank you, man. Thanks for the interview.
yes.